Eats YouTube channel. I'm Nick Zimmerly, and so today I've been looking forward to this for a while. We're making a Nduja salami. That's Nduja, Nduja. And so this is a spreadable salami, traditional to Italy, and traditionally it's made with Calabrian chili paste, or you can make a paste from ground Calabrian chili peppers, or you can make your own chili paste. But this is a spreadable salami, and what makes it spreadable is the fat content. So most salamis are made with more lean meat to fat. Like I like to use 70% lean meat or so to 30% fat. And so this is the opposite. This is 75-ish percent fat to 25-ish percent lean meat. And like I said, this is native to Italy, and it's used making Calabrian chili paste or peppers. So this is going to be aging for anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. And with most salamis, you're going to watch the weight loss, and you'll calculate your weight loss, and based on that, that's when you base when it's ready or not. So this, since it has a high fat content, is not going to lose as much weight and moisture as your typical salami. So we're going to age this from 3 to 4 weeks, and we're using curing salt number 1 because I plan to do this for less than 30 days. Now you can go longer, but you would just want to use preg powder number 2 or pink curing salt number 2. So anyway, enough of me babbling, let's get to it.
All right, so first things first, we're gonna rehydrate our starter cultures. I've got a teaspoon of starter culture to a quarter cup of non-chlorinated water. That's really important because chlorinated water or some tap waters can actually kill these starter cultures, and that would be counterintuitive. So we're going to let that rehydrate for at least 30 minutes. These starter cultures are made by this sausage maker, and it has the instructions on how to use each starter culture on the back of their pack. And so we have some ground pork belly, 75% or so of fat to 25% of lean meat. So we've got 2.5% of the weight of this meat in sea salt and 0.25% of pink curing salt number 1. And those are the most important part of this recipe, as well as the dextrose. We got 0.4% dextrose, and that's all in relation to the weight of this meat. So you weigh it out and then calculate all of that. And then I've got a bunch of paprika. That's kind of up to you, but you do want a decent amount of paprika. And then of course, Calabrian chili paste. Got a quarter cup going in there. That's also something that you can go heavier on or cut back. It's up to you. But that does define this salami. This salami is native to Calabria, Italy. And so give that a nice mix. And then we're going to add our starter culture, which will feed on the dextrose in our recipe, which produces lactic acid, and that will lower the pH of our meat during the fermentation. And so that will create an uninhabitable environment for any bad bacteria. So, like I said, give that a nice, thorough mix. And you just want a nice tacky meat mixture by the end. So just take a little piece and hold it upside down. And if it doesn't fall right off, that's a tacky meat mixture that you want. And so got my sausage stuffer that I'm gonna put this in. And fed that through the end of the tube. And I'm using some natural hog casings. And you just feed that onto the tube and tie off the end. And then just begin to stuff your sausages. And so I don't go too big. And so I just tie off that end and then put a little bit of a section not stuffed and then tie that off again. That way I can just cut them into individual links once this is all stuffed. And so here I am cutting them into individual links. And I'm going to leave these in the container and put the lid on and put it in a warm spot. Got a little closet below my staircase, and that's nice and warm. And once we close this container, that'll produce some decent humidity, and all of that will kickstart the fermentation of our Nduja. And so I'm just poking some holes. I've got a sausage pricker. You can use a sterilized needle, safety pin. I'm just poking holes to prevent any air pockets from forming in there. So put the lid on this and let it ferment for a couple of days, 48 hours. So this is 48 hours later. There was some decent amount of moisture released from these links because of the fermentation and the salt drawing out the moisture. You can just drain that off. And so I'm putting hooks on the end of these so I can hang these in my dry curing chamber. So as you can see, I've got some other salamis that I've made, and they are hanging in there with them. This is set at 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about a 75 to 80% humidity. And we'll make a video on how to set that kind of thing up. And so we're gonna hang these for probably about 3.5 to 4 weeks, 30 days, if you'd like. So.
All right, so after about 4 weeks, our Nduja is ready. I've already spread a little bit on some bread, but just so you can see, here's one link of it, and I've already cut into this one, and you will literally just squeeze it out and spread it on some bread, which is, in my opinion, the best way to enjoy this. So without any more babbling, we're just gonna dig in. Oh my gosh. Perfect on bread. So it's fermented, so it's got a tang to it, and it's spicy because we've used a Calabrian chili paste, which defines this salami, as well as the fat content, which makes it spreadable. So just so you can see, I'm gonna spread a little bit more on another piece of bread, just so you can see how it's supposed to be served. All right, so got the end of this tube that I've already, or link that I've already squeezed some out of. And so this is, like I said, spreadable, so it's malleable enough to just squeeze right out of the casing and just spread a little bit on some bread. And dig in. It's so hard to describe how this tastes, and you kind of just have to try it on on your own, by yourself. Very easy to make. And like I said before, we're not shooting like other salamis. We shoot for a weight loss of about between 35 and 40%. Because of the fat content, this isn't gonna lose as much weight as other salamis. You're mainly just aging the meat. So if you hit 25% weight loss and it just kind of halts to a stop there, no worries. That's not a big deal. So let's get one more bite. Easily one of my favorite salamis. And it's funny because this used to be considered a poor man's food, and nowadays it's a highly revered salami. So I'm gonna let you guys go so I can go ahead and finish this. If you like this video, I suggest you try this out. Definitely try it out firsthand. It's not very difficult. And if you can leave a comment, let me know how that worked out for you. Subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.